No matter how you look at it, the situation in the crypto market is kind of bleak. So we've been going sideways for a little while now, if not going down. The bear market is not looking too good, and it might be your first bear market. So today I decided to come on and discuss some of the strategies that I would take, whether I'm a high risk investor or a low risk investor. So these are like higher risk or lower risk investment strategies that you could take as well if this is something that you feel like could be beneficial for you for the next few months. Remember, guys, none of the information provided today is financial advice. It's purely for educational purposes only. These are some questions that I've been asked to cover, but make sure that you use risk capital only. If you guys have any questions, please ask them in the comment section below. Like the video, comment on the video as well, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. So let's jump right into today's video. So this graph is something that has been going around Twitter, going around Telegram. It's one of the most famous graphs that I see everywhere. And the reason why I'm showing this to you guys is because we have been going sideways for about 60 days now. So it's been 60 days that we're hovering in the 16,000s for Bitcoin, and the average is around 16,600. So what does this mean? Like, in my opinion, around November, December of 2021, we hovered around the euphoria stage. So we were right over here. Okay, this is when everybody thought the world was dandy and everything is blooming, life is beautiful, and then we went through this kind of crash, and then complacency, and then we kept going down, right? So now that we've been in a market that has been kind of steady for a little while, if not going down a little bit, I feel personally that we're in this stage. Okay, so right now we're around the anger and depression stage, and the reason why I'm showing you this graph, despite it being more for the financial, fiat, traditional banking system, is because Bitcoin, which is the biggest cryptocurrency, is still not considered its own asset. So it still follows the S&P 500, it still follows all the big stocks that, for example, Apple. These stocks, if they fall, then it affects Bitcoin and the entire crypto space. If it goes up in value, it affects it as well. All right, so everything is linked together between crypto and stock markets. So today I wanted to discuss with you guys what I would do in this stage before we go back into the disbelief stage, before we go back into hope, optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria again. So looking at the market right now, the global crypto market went under 800 billion, right? It's not looking too good. Bitcoin is still around 16,600. Like if we go to the chart and we'll look for the past 3 months, you see here we went at 21,000 or November, went all the way back down, and it's been hovering over here for the past 2 months, right? We're going to start the new year with about 16,000 Bitcoin. Now, today on the Twitter space, you guys haven't listened to the Twitter spaces. It's something that is not to be missed. I think it was very important because a lot of people had a lot of very important insight into what they would do and what their strategies would be. One of the main things that was emphasized on is that starting 2023, a lot of people are thinking that it's a fresh start. Right? It's a fresh start, New Year's resolutions, how to properly manage your finances. People are starting to get a little bit more hopeful. It is looking like the sentiment is a little bit better. However, we're still going to be faced with a lot of downside in the next few months. So myself, if I'm looking at this chart and I'm thinking that we're in the anger and depression phase, I feel like we're kind of bottoming, but we're still going to have a few months to go. But what my strategies would be right now mainly is to accumulate some cryptos, build my portfolio. This is not the time to ape in. Things are not 100% certain. We might still go back down a little bit more, but it would be safe to dollar cost average your position right now, right? But this is a critical time to build a position. That way, when the next bull run comes, you have been able to generate some passive income in that meantime. So this is going to be a list of 2 to 4 strategies that I would be taking if I were to invest in the crypto market right now. So what I'll be doing is I'm going to decide, for example, to invest $10,000, okay? So let's say you're an investor and you have $10,000, okay? Let's just make it a round number. If you were to invest today, here are 2 higher risk strategies and 2 lower risk strategies that you could take today that could be, depending on your position in the market, beneficial for you in the next few months. Now, if I was a higher risk investor, I would invest $10,000 in the drip faucet right now. If I had that kind of cash and I had even more cash as risk capital, I would invest it straight into a faucet because like right now we're sitting at 76 cents. Over the last few hours, we're seeing momentum slowly come back in the drip network. So we had our first drip injection. Hopefully it's a weekly injection. So there has been a lot of people in the community since yesterday that have been sacrificing their own drip to send it to the tax vault so that we can have more drip to be given out to the people that are claiming on a day-to-day basis. And this is being shown right over here. You guys can see that right now on the faucet, there's 105,000 drip. And there's only 17,000 drip that has been minted in the last 24 hours. If you guys remember, in yesterday's video, there was around 50,000 that was minted in the last 24 hours. So this number has been going down. And since the community has been sending some drip into the faucet, it means that the momentum is slowly coming back. And as we saw in the last 24 hours, we went from 60 cents to 76 cents, right? So that can easily go back to $1.50, and even more if the community keeps supplying more drip and sacrificing it into the faucet or burning it, whatever they might want to do, until there's scratchies, until layer 2, until these projects are actually developed and being given as utilities to even add more of an incentive for people to be purchasing fresh drip with their BUSD, with their BNB, so they can send more into the faucet. But right now, a lot of it is based on community, and the community can change it in an instant. So for me, if I was a higher risk investor, if I had $10,000 and I wanted to invest it, even though it's risk capital, then I would first make sure that I have a maxed out faucet account, and I would at this price be able to get so many drip, right? At this price, you can start your faucet account at 13,000 drip, and that would take you a couple of months maybe to max out. And because of that, you would place yourself in a position where you would have about 200 drip when you're maxed out to be claimed per day that you can swap for BUSD. And at that point, you can either put it in the farm or you can invest it in other projects in the ecosystem like the reservoir or the garden or the piggy bank, the pig pen. There's so many different strategies that you can do. But once you have a max wallet, then at that point, all you can do is actually claim. Then you could take that passive income and deposit it into the other parts of the ecosystem and grow your bags everywhere. My second strategy would be to buy pigs and invest it in the pig pen. The reason for that is because I feel like pigs right now is very undervalued. I feel like it's one of the utilities that if a lot of investors would know about, this could be potentially one of the most crucial plays in cryptocurrency right now, especially in the bear market. Why? Because by buying pigs and depositing it over here, it's earning you passive BUSD. The reason why I'm saying it's a higher risk investment is because when you're buying your pigs, you're depositing it over here, they're automatically locked for 50 days. So you can only withdraw 2% per day. So that limits the amount of flexibility you have in taking it out and, spending it in some other shit fork or whatever. But when you're putting it in here, you're earning passive dividends in BUSD, which is pegged to the dollar. At that point, you could take those BUSD coins and invest it anywhere else in the ecosystem. Another point why I think this is a higher risk investment is because if you're a new investor coming into the animal farm, pigs and dogs, despite them having crazy efficient and convenient mechanics for the whole ecosystem and for investors, like there's no other investment that pays you in BUSD dividends and dogs that pays you in BNB and pig dividends. Those mechanics, unless you're probably educated on them and unless you're somebody who has patience and does their own research, you might not know what this is. And it's just another coin that's in the market. And because of their names, pigs and dogs, they might be seen as meme coins. But if you do your research, this could be potentially a life-changing position in your crypto portfolio. Now, if you're looking at something that's a bit more stable, a bit more lower risk, then most definitely the best investment that I could offer you right now would be to invest in BUSD. BUSD is a peg to the dollar coin. You can put $10,000 in here. You're only going to be taxed a 3% in and 3% out. So just take that into consideration. But your money is going to stay in there, earning you passive dogs. Even if we're in a bear market for the next 10 months, then you're still earning some dogs on a daily basis. $10,000 of BUSD is going to earn you handsomely in terms of dogs, right? So this is going to be a coin that you own that's pegged to the dollar. Your $10,000 is practically, minus the taxes, going to remain the same thing. And you're earning dogs, which could appreciate incredibly. Dogs, despite it being sold massively right now because of the sell tax lowering for a lot of investors, it has stopped around $30. Right? So it's not like we're seeing $5 dogs or $2 dogs or whatever. This is an investment that people understand is going to earn you the main governance token, the pigs, which in fact could be life-changing. So if you were to earn it passively, could be one of the greatest plays you could do in a crypto bear market, because you're earning money passively that could earn you more money. So it's just one of the plays that I think is the safest. Another very safe play that I think you guys can do would be to invest in an LP form of stablecoin. So you can invest in a USDT. You can invest, for example, in TUSD BUSD. It's offering 45%. DAI BUSD 41%. USDC BUSD, USDT BUSD. Those stable coin token LPs offer you around 40 to 50% APR, and it's just pegged to the dollar. So there's almost no impermanent loss. So if I was in your position, I would choose the ones that I believe in the most. Do your research, whichever stable you think is the most profitable for you, you can invest in that. But I would invest in something that has a higher APR. Right now there's 6. See, these ones are 3x, 5x, 6x, 6x. Those ones are offering you more potential returns because they're actually getting more injections per block to give that to the people that are invested in those farms. Now, another investment that I would do that's a bit lower, that's lower risk, but it's still some risk because it's cryptocurrency. It's a bit lower risk. I would invest in blue chips like BNB, Cake, Ethereum, and BTC as the main token. And right now I am invested in BTC, ETH, Cake, and BNB, and I'm looking to increase my positions in those. So I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek, but my main strategy going forward would be to dollar cost average my position into these blue chips to earn more dogs instead of buying dogs off the bat. I really wanted to buy dogs 20 to 30 bucks, but I feel like long term owning these blue chips would be more beneficial for me. But this would be essentially my other lower risk strategy to earn dogs passively and in turn invest them in either the farms over here in the dogs BNB, dogs BUSD, or I would invest them in the dog. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to like the video, comment down below with your wallet address, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. That's really going to help with the YouTube algorithm, pushing the video to a lot more community members. So thank you guys, and have yourself a great day.